minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
Two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy.
Yeah.
You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good morning, everyone, and hope you're well and hope you had a fantastic weekend. And welcome back to Morning Meetup. My name is Callum, representing Team Kop-Ish. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Feels like the weekends come and go so quickly nowadays. However, we have got some stuff to talk about. I'm going to be speaking about the left back from Benfica who has been linked with a move to Liverpool Football Club only after signing for Benfica the summer just gone. Going to be speaking about Roy Keane having a go at Trent yet again. And also going to be speaking about Zielinski opening up about his failed move to Liverpool Football Club back in 2016. So, people, we're going to start with Alvaro Carreras. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because you guys know I'm a bit up and down when it comes to names. We have been linked with the 21-year-old Spanish left-back who plays for Benfica. He actually left Manchester United for a move to Benfica in summer of 2024. So summer just gone. So he's only been there a couple of months. But in those short couple of months, he has actually really impressed not just ourselves, but quite a few other teams as well who seem to have him on their radar. He is 6'1", a very physical left back, very quick, has a good cross on him, reads the game well defensively as well, and is highly touted, which makes you again question why Manchester United let him go, considering Luke Shaw's injury inconsistencies and the fact that having to play Dalot left back as opposed to an out-and-out left back once again kind of just speaks to how crazy Manchester United are as a club and their recruitment system, etc. Shout out to Mr. Lucian, because I was just going to mention this. The first thing people are going to say is Benfica have been robbing clubs recently. You look at someone like João Neves, if I'm not mistaken, went to PSG for a good amount of money. People say we got robbed for Darwin Núñez, and there's Enzo Fernandez who went to Chelsea who went for over 100 mil. I don't think these are scamming. I don't think this is robbery. I just think this is a club who have great assets in players and just sell them at a premium and will not be bullied by some of the bigger clubs. I kind of rate it and respect it, if I'm going to be honest. It's I wish we as a club did that sometimes. We often do when it comes to selling players, but I really wish we really did double down on selling players sometimes. But it is what it is. He's an ex-Man United player, obviously. However, he was just in their youth setup. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't make a first-team appearance for them. So, I mean, I know I often go on about Michael Owen playing for Liverpool and then playing for Man United. I think this would be slightly different, though, because he came through their youth. He never played a first-team game. He never really was affiliated with the club like that. Also, he has a buyback clause, but also has a release clause as well. His buyback clause for Manchester United is £16.7 million, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think they sold him for about 7 mil. So if they were to go back in for him, they only have to pay 16 mil, which isn't it's smart business. Maybe not smart for them selling him in the first place because they probably need him right now, but it's smart business that if you actually look at the market as a whole and you think, if I want to buy a top class left back, you're looking in excess of 30, 40 million. If they were to buy him for 16 million, then you'd kind of have to praise the business. But everybody else who'd like to purchase him, though, you're looking at about 42 million pounds, which again, I don't think is crazy money when you consider he's 21 years old. He's a good left back. He's getting a year's experience at Benfica, who are playing in Europe as well. It makes good sense if you value the player and think the player is good. 42 million pounds for a 22-year-old left back in today's market is not bad at all. I know people will point and go, well, we signed Robbo when he was 23, I think, for like 8 million. Yeah, that was years ago. The market has drastically changed since then. And look, again, not going to lie to you guys, not watched the guy play a game, not known about him since he got linked with us yesterday and Fabrizio mentioned it. But again, I've watched a few highlights. From the highlights, again, I understand you can't take too much away from it. He seemed decent. I can only go by highlights. I can't sit there and go, he's phenomenal. I can't sit there and go, he's rubbish. I can only go by highlights. And from the highlights, he looks like he's a tidy footballer. But I've never seen him play. So, but it's not my job, is it? We have scouts. We have a head of recruitment. We have a committee with regards to transfers. We have all of those things in place. We have a structure in place which should allow people to go out, do their jobs, find the right players in the right positions for Arne Slot to be able to give him the best chance of winning trophies with Liverpool Football Club. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. But I'll be interested to see what happens. Again, he's only just signed in 2024. So unless it is Man United going back in for him, I'd be surprised if he left just after 1 year. Unless maybe a Real Madrid or a Barcelona came for him. I'd be quite surprised. But you never know with football nowadays. Now, on to the next topic. I'm going to try and be as unbiased as possible here and as professional as possible, but we'll see. Roy Keane was doubling down with his criticism of Trent yesterday, and I'll read the quote for you guys. So the quote goes as follows. You give time to Trent because his decision-making quality of passing is fantastic. But I can't believe how bad he is defensively, and against better teams, he'll be punished. If you saw him the other night versus Greece defending, it looked like he'd never played right back before. Okay. Roy Keane doing Roy Keane things. At this point, I'll be honest, I don't looks like Roy Keane got to my laptop. All right. So, where was I? Yes. I don't know if Roy Keane says things nowadays for clicks, to go viral, to be controversial, or because he actually believes it. I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite. I've been very, very vocal about my thoughts of Trent's defending. I don't think it's an ability issue. I think it's an application issue. And to read a quote from Trent, which lets me know his mind's in the right place. And what I've been saying hasn't been stupid. This is what Trent came out with the other day. regarding slots management, etc. He said, I said to him, this is Slot, that I would like to be the defender that no one wants to come up against in Europe. We agreed that he will be harsh on me. If any time an attacker gets by me and gets past me, he will call it out in meetings and individual meetings and say this cannot happen. We go through every game together and he highlights where he wants me to improve. Even after the Milan game, we had about 20 clips going through what I could have done better and the good parts as well. It is really refreshing to have a manager who will help you and guide you and teach me how to be a better player. I am someone who wants to learn, someone who wants to be the best, and someone who strives to be the best ever. So this goes to show that Trent also knows his defending is not where it should be, but he's trying to work on it, which is admirable. But again, I'm going to be it straight. It's one thing saying it, I need to see it. And I will always say Trent is not a rubbish defender. I think he's just above average. If I was to rate him out of 10, I'd probably give him a 6 out of 10 for defending. It's not an ability thing. It's an application thing. His desire for defending isn't always there. However, where I am always going to defend Trent against people like your Roy Keane who seem to double down on Trent when it comes to defending, especially on international duty, is one, in the last 4 games for England, Trent has picked up 3 Man of the Match awards. Has he mentioned anything about that? Probably not. He played left back yesterday, an alien position to him. Did he mention anything about that and adding context to that? England won the game 3-1. One of the goals which came from Trent was from a free kick. Did he mention the quality Trent possesses from set pieces and his creativity and the fact that when he doesn't play for England, England lack creativity and guile? Probably didn't mention that either. Did he mention the fact that Grealish actually bet Trent before he took the free kick £500 and then Trent went and slapped it top bins? Nah, probably not, because that'd be too easy, isn't it, Roy? Then my last thing on Roy Keane, did he mention anything about, other right backs in the team? Kieran Trippier, who had a terrible season last season. Did he mention anything about Kyle Walker, who's been poor for the last 12 months? Had a poor tournament, has been getting run past by everyone for club and country? Or would that just be a little bit too, lazy to, do a little bit of research? But granted, you're a pundit. You don't have to do research, do you? You just sit there and talk. Come on, man. Do better. Do better. Like, fair enough, you want to criticize Trent. No player's above criticism. If you're going to criticize someone, be consistent about it. Add context. Speak about what they do well. And also speak about the others in their position. Because right now, is there anyone else? Is there anyone else who should be starting right back for England? The answer is no. Kyle Walker's terrible right now. Trippier hasn't been good enough for the longest amount of time. And Rico Lewis is not better than Trent. So, if there's anyone, you guys in the comments, or Roy Keane's never going to watch this, but if Roy Keane can tell us anyone who should be starting right back ahead of Trent, then I'm all ears. Otherwise, keep your thoughts to yourself, respectfully. Because your thoughts are absolutely stupid and they're garbage opinions. And I'm not one to just crap on someone's opinions. But when they're this biased, when they're this stupid, I have to call it out. Because it's getting to the point where it's just ridiculous now. I'm not sitting here trying to defend Trent and say, yeah, he's the best right back and the best defender since sliced bread. Everyone knows my thoughts on Trent defensively. It's one of the reasons why I don't want him at right back. I want him in midfield. But I tell you what, if he is going to play right back and he's going to do it for England, then he starts. If he's going to play right back and he's going to do it for Liverpool, he starts. So this whole notion of Roy Keane coming out and it's not the first time he's done this. Maybe it is a thing of Liverpool players. Maybe it is that. And yeah, Mr. Lucian, you're right. Souness does the same with Pogba. Yeah, Souness again. Everyone knows my thoughts on Graham Souness. A Liverpool legend, but punditry-wise, one of the most miserable and biased people I've seen. Can we just leave Trent to play his game? How can you be criticized? How can you pinpoint Trent after a win in a game he scores? And if I'm not mistaken, I've again not watched the game. I know Drift did a watch along yesterday. I'm sure Drift would have put something in the group or would have put stuff in the group. Was Trent bad defensively yesterday, guys? Was Trent getting run past a lot? I mean, Roy Keane speaks about your likes of your Gary Neville's, etc. Did Gary Neville play left back? I mean, Gary Neville was a good defender. I'm not gonna even go down that route and say he wasn't. But you put Gary Neville in today's game, does he survive? I remember the game against Arsenal when, he kicked Reyes from pillar to post and the referee only gave him 1 yellow card. He does one of those tackles in today's game, he's off. Does Roy Keane survive in today's game, by the way? Does he? Don't know. If you're going to be a pundit, be balanced and be unbiased. That's all we ask for. As paying customers, it's all we ask for. We pay for Sky. We have to pay TV license. So yeah, we do pay for listening to what you have to say. If you're going to do it, be unbiased. Otherwise, don't do it at all, man. It's getting stupid now. Trent played left back, bro. Left back. Still scored a free kick. Still creative. 3 out of 4 games for England. 3 out of 3 man of the match awards. 3 out of 4 games, 3 man of the match awards. And you want to pinpoint him? Behave yourself, man. That's all I want to say on him. Now, also, I want to speak on Zielinski. Zielinski was linked with a move back in 2016 for Liverpool Football Club. And look, it wasn't just linked. We bid for him. We were actively trying to sign him. And he's come out recently and spoken about this. So I just want to read out his quotes. He says, Jurgen Klopp invited me to his house. Liverpool sent a private jet to pick me up. Klopp told me that for him, I am a mix between Fabregas and Gundogan. They were offering 18.5 million euros, but Udinese wanted something more. As the story goes, he ended up moving to Napoli. It has been very good for them as well. I'll be real with you guys. I do rate Zielinski. I do. But also be lying to you guys if I said to you I wasn't a little bit happy we didn't get him and we got Gini Wijnaldum instead. Now, in an ideal world, you get both players. And again, without doing the whole FSG in, FSG out debate, we know back in 2016, FSG were penny pinching and were tight when it came to financially backing the manager. We know this. The proof is there. It's been spoken about ad nauseum, so I'm not going to touch into it. And we wouldn't have been able to get both players. However, I want to bring this full circle because back then, Zielinski was first choice. We weren't able to get our first choice. So what did we do? We acted quickly and went and got Gini Wijnaldum, who was the second choice. Something Liverpool haven't done properly for a little while. If I'm not mistaken, Robbo was our second choice. Gini was a second choice. Ox was a second choice, if I'm not mistaken. Salah was a second choice. Mane was a second choice. Liverpool Football Club, January is coming up soon. We're top of the league at the moment. Hopefully in January, we'll be in and around top of the league. Please do what's right and go and get some reinforcements for Arne Slot and Liverpool Football Club to give us the best chance of winning the league. Not next season, not the season after, but this one. This one. Shout out to Big Les. Yes, so if anyone's new to this show, it's called The Morning Meetup. This show will be going live at least 3 times a week. So usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If there's other stuff that happens in and around that, we will be going live in the morning as well. So yeah, not just going to be evening shows now, guys. Going to be doing morning shows, sometimes early afternoon as well. And yeah, still have the evening shows as well. So we are going to be doing stuff. Big Les, all right, I tend not to speak about this in public too much. I'm a freelancer, so I'm not technically employed by anyone. Haven't been employed by anyone for the last 3 years, but I'm a freelancer, and I've had a few contracts over the last few years, one permanent and a few temporary contracts. So I've now decided to finish with my permanent contract and my temporary contracts, and I am doing content full time for now. Now, granted, I have a mortgage, I have 3 kids, and I have a wife. So if I am not making a decent amount from just doing content, then I will have to look at different means of making an income, whether it be going back freelance or getting an employed job. But for now, I wanted to take the risk and go full time with this. And yeah, just see what I can make of it. So yeah, don't usually talk about stuff like that in public, but I thought I'd just give you the reason why you're seeing a bit more of me on screen, whether it be on Kop-Ish or anyone else's channel. But yeah, just trying to make something happen. I think to myself, if I don't take the risk now, I probably won't be in a position to take the risk again. So yes, that's why I'm doing these morning shows. That's why you see me on other channels. I'm also doubling down on my personal channel, which is a Sanderson show, which is around combat and MMA. So yeah, just trying a thing and doing what I can, and God willing, it works out. If it doesn't, you might see my feet on OnlyFans. Who knows? But no, all jokes aside, yeah, just seeing what I can make of it and trying to do what I can. But that means I'm going to be doubling down on this and working even harder on Kopish and the Sanderson show and anyone else's channel I feature on as well. So yeah, back to Zielinski. He's had a really good career since he didn't move to Liverpool. But I do want to ask you guys the question: would we have been better off signing Zielinski as well as signing Gini Wijnaldum? Not one or the other, because we already had Gini. We know he's in the history books. But yeah, I like Zielinski as a player. I wouldn't go as far as saying he's a mix between Fabregas and Gundogan, but I do rate him highly. And I think he's a quality footballer. I think he'd have worked at the Prem. He's been brilliant for Napoli. Physical, quick, can get around the pitch. He has an eye for goal as well. So yeah, we will see. We will see what you guys say about that. But yeah, we got Gini Wijnaldum, and I'm over the moon. Look, I said it. I keep on saying it. I wish we kept Gini Wijnaldum instead of letting him go on a free, because if he didn't, I do think we would have won the quad the following season. But that goes without saying. That's just my humble opinion, and we see what happens. But people, I'm going to wrap up there. I'm going to be going live on my personal channel. What time am I going live? I'm going to be going live at 11:45, so in about 15 minutes. This video will redirect over there. So look, I'm just going to ask you, if you're into MMA, if you're into combat, please do head over to that channel. And I'm going to chop it up about Bivol versus Beterbiev, UFC 310, Royval versus Tyra, which could be the match of the year so far, and Bilal Muhammad going back and forth with Ilya Topuria online. So please do check that out if you're a fan of MMA, and smash the like button there. Also, we are going to be live again this evening. Monday Night Live show is our breadwinner. It's our main show on this channel, apart from obviously your watch alongs, etc. So make sure you join us. We'll probably be going live around 8:30 or 9 p.m. start. So please make sure you're there. I just want to go through a few of your comments before I sign off properly. Shout out to Andy, Alexander, Bonkers, Dom Dewsbury, obviously Big Legs, Marco, Mr. Lucian, John Conway, absolute legend, Ale, James LFC 86, Mo, big up yourself, big up Roms in the building. Hope you're well, brother. We need to catch up as well, man. We need to catch up as well properly, Rom. But I hope you're well, bro. I hope the family's well. Shout out to Erlin Hukaku, Doogie, Kingsman, Charles J, John, Ed, Pandox, Mr. Moses, Big Country, VDR. I think I saw him as well. There he is. Kilo, aka Chris Angel. Hope you're well. I was actually speaking to you about the missus the other day, Chris, saying I ain't caught up with you in a while. So glad to see you on here, bro. Hope you're well. Hope the family is well. Shout out to Olivio and Mukama, everyone in the chat. Ty, I see you. Michael, Latimer, Tim, Adremo, Marque, big up yourself. Mix, All Talk Liverpool, or All Liverpool Talk. Big up to you all, people. Until I see you later on this evening, have a blessed rest of the day. Stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish and we're out, people. Take care.